Because if I base my position on my condition, and this goes to everybody, whether you're a believer or not, it depends on what do you want. What are the rules of the game? Because at some point, we're both going to give and take. There going to be some times where I'm going to give more, and then there going to be some times where you're going to take more, but then there going to be some times where you take more and I give more, and vice versa. It's going to happen. So what are the rules and the regulations of the game? I can't play the game as a single player. This is a team. This 2-on-2. This ain't 1-on-1. So the rules and the regulations of 2-on-2 is different than 1-on-1. So I can't be listening to my single friends that telling me to dismiss my husband because we got into a disagreement.
Bro, you just get me about you was talking about the rules and regulations.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? So the rules and the regulations of the game that we're playing is totally different. So therefore, my position on the stance in which I take in this game, it comes from a different rule book.
The B2S podcast is brought to you by Motivated Apparel. Motivated Apparel, the premier gear for motivation. A brand that motivates, inspires, and empowers you to stay motivated while chasing your dreams. Head on over to www.shiftmotivations.com/shop Motivated Apparel and grab yourself some Motivated Apparel today.
Hey, yo, what up, world? What it do? Hey, welcome to another episode of the Blueprint to Success podcast, where we share principles on how to live life by design and not by default. So this your boy, Mike Mariner, a.k.a. the Shift Motivator. Joined together tonight with my co-host once again. Yeah. Y'all know what it is, man. My co-host, my brother from another mother. Y'all give it up for my man, Alxndr Hall.
Yo, the champ is here. Yo, what's going on? How y'all doing? Alxndr Hall, man. What's going on? What's cracking?
What's cracking, lagging?
Nothing, man. Wednesday, hump day.
Hump day? Mike.
Started a new position at the job, so
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, getting acclimated with that, learning new things. Learning things about myself, about placement, and about calling and stuff like that. So I appreciate where I'm at, but I know that's not the end of the journey.
Facts.
So I'm just learning what I'm finna learn from there, and that's it. By the way, Dumbo is out right now.
Dumbo.
Go to YouTube, ALXNDR, Alxndr Hall, produced by Diamond and Certifico. Dumbo is out right now. We got more stuff coming. North Cape, we are on
the way.
For sure. That's the goal.
Bye.
Drop bomb on him one time.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man.
That's my dog.
Yeah, man. And y'all know what it is, man. My other co-host, man. My brother from the same mother.
Big bag.
Big bag. Big dub. Always in the bag.
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 In the bag, I'm always.
Y'all give it up, man. Give it up for Boy Wonda.
What's going on?
What's happening?
Yo,
Crack-a-lack.
yo, man, I'm just so blessed right now, man.
Easter egg cracking. Just crack some Easter egg.
I'm so blessed, man. I'm blessed, man.
Because you made me an offer I can't refuse.
Hey, I'm telling you, huh? Hey, let me tell you out there, huh? I can make you an offer you can't refuse. Yeah. Nah, it is all well, man. Enjoying life.
Yeah.
Like you say, bro, learning.
Yeah.
And especially when it comes to learning yourself, learning about yourself, man, just different stages, bro. It's like, it seems like the older you get, it's more constant changes. It just seemed like, you know, at this point in time, I was like, yeah, I'm with this, but now it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you were rocking with the heavy, it's just like,
Facts. Like,
I mean, it's just like he'll be like, Lord, am I just going through the motions? What's really going on?
Yeah.
So, but just enjoying life, bro. In recording mode as we speak, so just a lot of new music.
oh, back in the
until it
lab,
drop.
huh? Back in the lab, huh?
I really
About
never
to write a new song, huh?
Yeah, I got about 8 on, huh?
Ooh,
No cap. Yeah, he done heard some of them too. So it's just like, bro, I'm excited, man. It's like a whole new excitement again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like because like my process is so different. It's like I notice with me, I allowed to kind of like let life live and just kind of absorb and see what's going on. Because I like to speak about things. You know, I'm per se don't like to talk about the same thing. So just try to present something that's exciting, but also relatable, but also that can be tips and tools and helpful things. So, bro, it's a huge excitement again. So I can't wait till y'all hear the new stuff because it's like, oh my God, Lord, like, you did that one. You know what I'm saying? So, I can say this. One of the records is definitely going to be kind of like an anthem towards the new partnership that I got. So I got a record specifically for that. So it's going to be really dope. It's definitely like I don't want to say per se a sports anthem, but definitely footwork. So, but you know, I got a question.
Bitch was head.
Hey yo. How my dog, the Chef Motivator, doing though?
Yeah, man.
I just need to know that right
How
now.
you shifting and motivating?
That's
over there,
played,
man?
dog.
Yo,
That's
you know what I'm
played.
saying?
I knew that's what you was finna do.
I mean, finna or did? Like, where we going with it?
that's cold.
You stupid. Stupid.
I love it.
Oh man,
Do it again.
man. I'm cracking lagging, man. I'm taking it one day at a time.
Facts.
Just one day at a time.
That's all we can ever do.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
all we can ever do, man.
That's all we can ever do is take it a day at a time.
I know what you've been doing because them arms looking real buffy over there, man.
Hey, we call them pythons.
Man, I'm trying. Man, I'm trying to get it off. I'm trying to get back on a certain weight. So, but I know what that takes. So I just gotta tighten up. I mean, I wear it well, so it just I just like to stay up on a certain amount of weight. So I feel better too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
you'll know the difference.
Yeah,
You can tell it.
Yeah. So I ain't trying to be all crazy or nothing like that. Just a little. It ain't like nothing big, nothing like. Cause that BMI index that had you looking like Skeletor. You should be X amount of weight, X amount at your height. What, man? I ain't been that high. I ain't been like that since high school, dog.
For real.
Nah.
Yeah.
Man, I missed that high school week, but
Nah. But yeah, man, no, you just steady planning and stuff. But we like I think I shared that on the last podcast. So just putting some plans together for a school.
Facts.
So I'm kind of excited about that to see how that's going to go. I know it's towards the end of the school year, so I'm gonna reach back out to them and just probably do something simple just to close out the school year, but then throw the play in for next school term. So
Nice.
yeah, that's one thing, and then. Dang man, it's tax season, so finishing up that route right there. Oh man, I hate that.
Yeah.
Getting everything up. Oh Lord.
I'm already starting to create a spreadsheet
Like, what?
for month by month. It's like this is what's going down because like this
I'm
right
telling
here.
you, man. It's like, you know, did it? I was like, I'm doing it. I'm about done.
And you
I
try
just hate administrative. I just hate administrative work.
you try your hardest to keep it within the month, so throughout the year. So when the year comes, it's already organized. You straight. You already got your totality. You know what I'm saying? Just put on your itemization sheet and just go with that. Hey, here you go.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But like, this is the latest I've ever got mine done
Yeah.
in a long time.
Yeah. I did mine later last year too. When I look back at my records, because I thought I thought I actually did them earlier last year than what I did, but I didn't. So like, yeah, I had to file an extension last year. That's just how late I did.
Yeah.
And I filed then before my tax person got, I hadn't already filed my own file my extension. I went online, Googled it. Oh, that's all I gotta do.
That's it.
So I said, hey, I done already filed the extension. Here you go.
That part. Have at it.
Do what you do.
And do it well.
You know what I mean, Vern?
For real. For real. But yeah, I think it was really different for me with the 2 jobs. So I just like those 16, 17 hour days, week shot.
Oh yeah.
Then you got different stuff going on the weekend. Yeah. So it's just like I got it done little at a time. At least took a minute just to get everything in just one squad setting. So finally. Yeah. So I'm gonna drop them off tomorrow.
Okay, well we on the same page then, because I'll be done by tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I just finished up. That's what I was working on when you pulled up. So let me go ahead and finish this little spot right here then. So tomorrow all I gotta do is this and this. Then that'll be it. So I say ain't no use in me hitting her up and I ain't got what I need done. So make sure I got everything done. So I just got this one piece to add up tomorrow. So I got all my documents squared away. So I just got to add up some more figures and I'll be done. So,
big facts.
But I'll tell you, I'm excited about spring though. Spring started at the end of the month. So, got a couple new pieces on the staff too. And been doing some stuff with FCA too that's been really good too. So that's been kind of dope.
Yeah.
So, but keep pushing as they keep on pushing.
That's it, man. That's all you really can do, bro.
Yeah.
And just stay faithful and stay the course. It's going to eventually happen.
Yep.
When you look at the formula of everybody else, it's just like everybody did one thing consistently, and that's not give up.
Yep. That's the common denominator.
That's the common denominator.
Common denominator, man.
So I shall see. I shall.
Yeah. But as we get ready to go in tonight, man, I just think I want to kind of like lead in just to let y'all know. So we was talking before we actually got started, and so in the conversation, Alxndr kind of shared with us what he had been working on behind the scenes, and doing his morning devotion time. And I'm about to knock myself out with the mic.
Don't do it.
Oh Lord!
We'll be back after these messages.
It's real time. No edit.
Play the elevator music.
That's funny.
That's crazy. No fun that. How that?
Hey, come back with one of them COVID mask designs and just be dope. You're like, hey, I'm back, y'all.
It'd be like the NBA player when they break their nose, got the little mask.
That part.
Hey, what happened? You had a fight with the mic and the mic won. You got knocked though.
Winner by knockout.
You want some of this too, man? No.
That's what I'm gonna do to Jack when I get in the ring. It's gonna be on Netflix.
But anyway, before I got rudely interrupted by the microphone, no. But before we start shooting tonight, man, we was having the conversation, and Alxndr was sharing with us some of his private devotional moments. So we just figured we kind of tap into that, man. So we ain't saying Bible study per se, but we're gonna let him read this passage real quick. Mm-hmm. That kind of gonna bleed the foundation. We're gonna be talking about the power positioning tonight. So And it could go in so many different ways. So we just gonna let the content go where it's gonna flow. So we're gonna be like the water. We just gonna flow wherever it flow, and where it's stopping, that's where it's gonna stop. So
Yeah, I appreciate it.
yeah, man. So he was saying some really good points, man. We just kind of let's go with that tonight, man. It's power positioning. It sounds bad. We're going into the second quarter. So once again, if you're not where you want to be, just keep living, keep moving. And I heard somebody say this old thing before. Say, if you feel like you're going through hell, just don't stop.
That's it.
So at the end of the day, man, just keep pushing. So we're gonna go and let Alxndr kick it off. So just read this quick passage of scripture real quick. They're kind of gonna lay the foundation for where we going, and then we just gonna see where the content gonna flow, and then we just go from there. So
I'm gonna give a little background first. So shouts out the pastors Dana and Julian Jackson over at Transcendent Ministries in Tampa. I'm actually co-writing a series with Pastor Julian. It's called The Power of Position. And the series kicks off this Sunday. So if you're in the Tampa Bay area and you need somewhere to go, that's solid. Transcendent Ministries. So it kicks off this Sunday, and we've been digging into it. So it's 4 power positions, right? So one of them is the power of obedience. So I was reading Deuteronomy. Go and grab it real quick. I'm reading Deuteronomy. And so what I do, I have devotion time, and then I have like study time, like when I'm specifically, I still start off in prayer, I still start off with worship, but I'm in there for a specific thing. I'm not, obviously you're gonna get it first. So like what I'm saying, when you're reading something, or Mike, because you're a pastor, you know what I'm saying? So when you're teaching something, Dub, because you're a teacher. So when you're teaching something, when you're pastoring, the stuff that you're gonna extend to other people, normally you end up getting smacked with it first. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. So this particular thing is coming from Deuteronomy chapter 10, and we're gonna start at the 14th verse. And we're going to start at the 16th verse. So this is an NLT Bible. Normally I'd be digging into King James, so I'm getting like my personal tip. But since I'm doing something different with Pastor Julian, I have different translations, you know what I'm saying? Because different things say different things, and it can hit, So from the 12th verse down to the 22nd verse, that's a whole section. So the title
just read the one part.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. But the title of that whole section is A Call to Love and Obedience. Right. So the portion we're gonna read is 14 through 16. So it says, "Look, the highest heavens and the earth and everything in it all belong to the Lord your God. Yet the Lord chose your ancestors as the objects of his love. So everything in the world belongs to God, yet he chose your ancestors as his objects of love. And he chose you, their descendants, above all other nations, as is evident today." Now, this is my favorite part, one of my favorite parts of this scripture. "Therefore, change your hearts and stop being stubborn." So that immediately just punched me in the nose, right? So that immediately just punched me in the nose. So God made everything. Of all the great things he created, he chose me above everything to love. That
says a lot.
You know what I'm saying? Therefore, change your hearts and stop being stubborn. Why are you withholding affection, affirmation, and love, attention from people who God has placed in your life that you need to be giving those things to? Why are you being stubborn and not giving it back? Like, what's the point? What happens if you have a situation to where you and your wife get into an altercation, you and your girl get into an altercation, she's trying to make up, but you want to be stubborn. What happens if something happens to your wife the next day? Is that the last thing that you want to give to that person when you could have just gave your all to him?
Right. Right.
What happens? What happens when women, you have a man and y'all something happened and he's already trying to get right. He's already right in your palms. He's already at your heart. He's already, but you still. Why are you trying to be indifferent? That makes no sense. So why are we being stubborn and not giving to people what they need to give when we don't know if tomorrow is going to be our last day or not? We don't know if we're going to wake up in the morning. That makes no sense.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good stuff. And I can only attest to like some of my stubborn moments, you know, in my relationship, and then looking at where we are now and where we're headed, and looking at all the time wasted just because I wanted to choose to be stubborn in a certain situation, and knowing that I control the atmosphere of my house. So if I'm on 10, then 9 times out of 10 she gonna be on 10, and so and just me being stubborn and not realizing the effect and the impact that I'm having on the entire environment, and really, well, I would say not knowing, but then knowing at the same time, because I'm choosing to walk in the place of stubborn. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm looking at like where we are now, you know, we're on the, you know, we're basically on almost, well, not quite, but we're almost on the second half of life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like now I'm looking at things a whole lot different, and it shouldn't take getting up to this point. It should just take me, number one, as a man of God, is to embrace what the word tells me how I should embrace or act in a certain situation. You number one, you know what I'm saying? Because no matter what you believe, no matter what your level of faith is, your belief is your belief. And so when you begin to operate outside of what you believe, then you begin to operate outside of principle. Yep. And so when you begin to operate outside of principle, then you can't obtain what's supposed to be on the other side of that principle. You know what I'm saying? So in that situation there, so when Alxndr broke it off, which is great, so profoundly, where he kind of let out, because you know relationships goes in different ways. You know what I'm saying? So so how many times have we chosen to be stubborn? The Bible said, "Don't let the sun go down on your wrath." How many times have we went bad angry with our spouse, or significant other, or people in our lives? And then there have been times where people, you know what I'm saying, because this reaches a vast audience, but I'm sure this is hitting somebody. Somebody lost somebody in the span of an argument, or somebody lost somebody in the span of a disagreement, and you did get a chance to go back and make it right. You know, that could be one of the worst feelings in your life. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, just a transparent moment myself. Sometimes I think about, because as I'm still striving to reach my pinnacle, there's some things that my mother is, you know, not going to be able to see. You know what I'm saying? That hurt in a different space. Way. You know what I'm saying? But it's on the same ship, different level.
Yeah, same ship.
You see what I'm saying? So you don't want to be, or definitely you don't want to position yourself to be in a situation where you're going to regret the actions and the outcome of the actions in which you produce, knowing that you could have produced a better action.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a big thing. That's why it's all about positioning, man. It's like how do you position your heart in a situation where you know you can act out, but you shouldn't because the word tells you otherwise.
Bro, it said that he chose. He looked over what he did previously, and he chose you as your ancestors. Then later on it says, so change your heart and stop being stubborn. Bro, how many times you done saw the guy on the corner with the sign? I ain't talking about the guy with the I need a beer sign. Because he's straight tripping. I'm talking about God be like, give him a sandwich or give him $5. Here is the thing. When you don't have it, you don't get charged.
Right.
When you don't know, The Bible don't talk about those who just don't know. If you don't know, you call
don't know.
lost. So you just don't know.
Yeah.
But you get charged more when you do know and you act lost.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
For
you
sure.
get taxed.
You get charged more when you do know and you act otherwise. You know what I mean? So it hit way different when you got it to give and you can do it, but you just choose to do otherwise. He said, so change your hearts. So choose to change your hearts and stop being stubborn.
It's a choice.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a day-to-day choice that we have to take in accountance of, because we can finesse ourselves out of the power position.
That's good.
Because we allow others to dictate how we should choose, how we should be positioned. When he already ordained how we should be positioned. We just have to follow suit.
How long? What? Okay, so
that's good. I like that.
how long? So, because you just said something. So, what do you mean by we allow others to dictate? Because can you go? Because that's strong. Because people don't want to hear that.
That's yeah.
Bruh, for example, like
Give an example.
Yeah.
please.
like when I was telling you like how I was feeling about at my job, you know what I'm saying? Like I have to keep an account in mind that I'm a representation of him, so I have to every day, no matter how I'm feeling, I got to put my best foot forward, and I got to show him the best version of me. Even you may see my dismayed face, but I'ma still act accordingly. I'm not gonna allow it not to do my job, because I know what my job is in my position and why I'm there. So no matter how they make me feel, I'm still gonna follow through. I'm still gonna do my job. I'm still gonna fulfill assignments that I know, the things that need to get done. Because if I didn't do those things, then there'll be repercussions. So there's going to be repercussions of not choosing the power of position.
So that's crazy. Mike, check me out.
Come out the house, dog. Come out the house. It's sunny outside.
If you
Straight.
if you basically, this is why it just hit me, right? Coming from the house. So if you choose not to love somebody, you are basically handing in your 2 weeks notice for that person from your position of their life.
Sure, it ain't necessarily 2 weeks notice.
It's depending on how
on the
long
spot
you
notice.
right.
As soon as you choose not to love me, you are handing in your notice, I don't want this position no more. As soon as you choose not to love her, you hand in, look, I don't want this position no more. Is that what that is? Is that basically what it is?
It could be to a degree. It could be, because when you think about somebody just giving them their position back, they're gonna want it. For one, because it's gonna recognize that it's something in them that they have to further search on. Why am I like this? Or why I can't stay in a relationship per se, and it's like the person is always bucking the system. So it's just like, it's only so many times you're going to be able to turn that position in to where it's no longer, to where that position is terminated from the other party. Because when you're in power position, it's only going to be so many times I'm going to let you back in. Period.
Repeat that so they can hear it.
It's only going to be so many times
That's real.
that I will allow you to come back. I'm not fit to let you finesse me out of my position and where God ordained me first and foremost.
Yeah.
I'm following his instructions. So if you can't follow him and have your own relationship with him to the degree to where you can hold yourself accountable, this is not going to work, because this is not working. And you're choosing not to work this. And you're choosing not to work this.
Right.
Right. And to those that just like say if you're in a committed relationship and you're in a marriage, here's the thing. Y'all got my mind running, but y'all coming out with some gems tonight, boy. They ain't talking about LA Fitness. Ooh.
Let's go. We're not gonna play with them tonight.
Yeah. I stole that from somebody. I see. Where I stole it from, but I stole it from somebody. I was like, bars.
Straight like that.
Here's the thing. It's different rules for different situations.
Mm-hmm.
And so in order to play the game, you must understand the rules of the game.
Facts.
I gotta go here. One of the reasons Kobe was so just impactful and phenomenal to the game of basketball is because he knew the rules and the regulations of the referees.
Mm-hmm.
This man read the referee rule book. So some of the plays that he did, it wasn't based upon his talent, gift, and ability. It was based upon his knowledge. If I do this, I can get away with it.
Mm-hmm. How many players you know read the?
Oh man,
You feel me?
let's
Yeah.
go,
You
Mike.
feel me? Let's go.
That's a whole different animal.
Go ahead, dive in.
It wasn't because of his gift, his talent, or his ability. Because we all know how gifted the talent and ability Kobe was.
That was
he
a
was in
bonus.
a league of his own, man. But the simple fact that I read the rule book, so if I do this, you ain't gonna call it. But guess what? He gonna get pissed off. Because number one, he mad at me because I just did something and then took him out of his element. And number two, I know that you ain't gonna call it because of how I did it. Because the rule book says, well, if this happens or this happens or that happens, bloop. I got him. I got him. Because
game.
now I'm fit to cause him to act out of character, which could be possibly their best player, and now I'm fit to do something to get him tossed. You see what I'm saying? So it's all about your situation. So if you're a single person, some of this stuff is gonna be you can't take what we said, but you may have to take it on the back end. If you're a married person, you can't just, oh man, my husband acting stupid, my wife acting stupid. You know, I'm finna dismiss you from your position. So if you're and we say this a lot. We say this a lot in the church world. So and which is fact. If your condition is based upon your position can't be based upon your condition.
Wow.
Because if I base my position on my condition, and this goes to everybody, whether you're a believer or not, it depends on what do you want. What are the rules of the game? Because at some point, we're both going to give and take. There going to be some times where I'm going to give more, and then there going to be some times where you're going to take more, but then there going to be some times where you take more and I give more, and vice versa. It's going to happen. So what are the rules and the regulations of the game? I can't play the game as a single player. This is a team. This 2-on-2. This ain't 1-on-1. So the rules and the regulations of 2-on-2 is different than 1-on-1. So I can't be listening to my single friends that telling me to dismiss my husband because we got into a disagreement.
Bro, you just get me involved when you was talking about the rules and regulations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? So the rules and the regulations of the game that we're playing is totally different. So therefore, my position on the stands in which I take in this game, it comes from a different rule book.
And you know what? I think, you know what, bro? To be real with you,
It's good.
okay, so so I'm a guy, right? So guys women who are, I'm gonna say it this way. Women and men who are in relationships and who are seeking, who are really, now I ain't talking about the ones who faking. It's some fakers out there. They straight flopping like Braun. They just flopping. They straight flopping. They flopping, bro. They
Like a fish out of water?
no, for real. They're faking. They're faking. Because, okay. This is why I say they're faking. And this is go back to what you said earlier, Dub. You have to make sure that you're in love with yourself, not arrogantly, but that you love yourself to the point to where that you want yourself. All right, you're following me?
Yep.
This is why I say that, because most people are in love with the concept of you and not you.
Been there.
They're in love with the concept of a person like you. They're in love with the concept of he think this way. They're in love with the concept that he lived this way. So you can, if you're in love with the concept of that person, you might be able to get that person, but can you keep them? You won't be able to keep that person if you don't turn into what they are as well. Let's just make that point blank period. So when once it comes out that you have to start changing your life to live like the concept that you're in love with, that's when the faking starts to get revealed. You're not really on this. Stop faking.
Yeah.
Okay, can we get that's clear, right? All right. It's a lot of fakers out there. No, for real. It's a lot of fakers.
You bring back so many
Well,
memories.
you said the whole mouthful there.
Yeah, that's a buffet full.
That is.
Yeah. Now, before you keep going, so that we can break this in real quick. So when you say the concept of the person, hit on that a little bit,
The concept of the person.
so they can really get it full
All right, the
understanding of
concept.
what you're talking about.
Man, she different, man. I ain't never met a girl like her before, man. She don't go to the club, man. She ain't. That's the concept, but you don't know what it takes for her not to do that. You don't know how
Exactly.
she's really in her word. You don't know how she's watching what she eat. You don't know how she done had bad relationships with homegirls that done cut them off. You don't know that she's that she read personal development books, that she go to bed at a certain time, wake up early. She got a whole lifestyle she's building. And you don't do that. You're not disciplined. You let everybody pull you 7-5 different ways. You still smoking weed with your homeboys. You still listening to your homeboy Jay, who got 5 different females. But when you get into an argument with her, you listen to him. He don't tell you nothing good because he's not trying to commit his life to nothing.
That ball.
So you're in love with the concept of this girl, the concept of her. But if you're not trying to rearrange your life to become what she is, you might be able to get her, but you're not going to be able to keep her. You might be in love with the concept of him. Oh, he don't do this, or girl, he don't drink or smoke. He go to church. He not perfect. She's not perfect. But he's a completely different person because he's day by day building his life differently. If you're not doing the same thing, you might be able to get him, but you won't be able to keep up with him because he's going to outgrow you.
Bro.
When you said with the rules and regulation, and when you was talking about how it's different between a single person who's in a relationship, and then marriage. When you said that, it just hit me. It's just like marriage is more engraved.
It's a covenant.
It's a covenant. It's different.
Yeah.
So if you really in it like you say you are, you don't even get to turn your position in.
Ooh, you don't. Ooh, Lord.
You don't even get to. It ain't even an option.
Okay, let's go home.
It ain't even an option.
Bro, even when you engaged. Because if you know you're going that way, you ain't. No, this is what we finna do. Ain't no going back.
Depends on how you look at it. Because see, when you haven't reached the point of covenant, you're on your way to covenant.
Yeah.
So when you're engaged, that means we're linked up. We've hooked up. We're linked together on this journey that's going to lead to the altar, but you're not at the altar yet.
Facts.
So that gives you. I don't want to say this in the wrong context, but I want y'all to really understand. So that gives you the time and the space because you should be going through marital counseling. I don't care if you're a believer or not. There's too many people that go to the altar and don't have no type of counselor. The divorce rate is already high enough as it is, whether you're in the church or outside of the church. It don't matter because guess what? The church is made up of what? People. So guess who's getting married? People. So at the end of the day, it's up to you to determine, are you able to deal with the ramifications of the answers that are given? Because once you go through the counseling, once you go through something that somebody has already been through, they can tell you the ins and outs, they can give you, I say guidelines, because everybody's marriage is different.
Yeah.
But the concept of marriage
The concept.
is a lot alike. You know what I'm saying?
And
So
they plan for the wedding, but they don't plan for the marriage. It's,
you know what I'm
it's
saying?
Like that. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't think you're gonna change whether you. But oh, bro, I got to go here. Stop telling people don't change for nobody.
You have to change.
You have to
You have to
change.
change.
You change for the better, though.
You have to evolve.
Exactly.
You evolve.
Exactly.
You don't dissolve.
Exactly.
You evolve. Yeah.
You
Exactly.
have to change, and even just to go a little further, when it is not so much.
Changing
Or
and
in
switching
addition-
up is different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't switch
it's-
up on them.
Right.
But
Tell them the difference.
I ain't gonna cut you off,
No,
boy.
no. Go ahead.
Yeah. So changing and switching up. I told. I'm just
The
saying.
B2S podcast is brought to you by No Grind, No Glory Apparel, R8 28 edition. It's a reminder to stay strong, to be courageous, to stop your fears, and to feed your faith. Even when it feels like everything is falling apart, just know that you were born to stand out and make an impact. Head over exclusively to www.nogrindnoglory.net and grab you some merch as a daily reminder that all things work together.
I'm just saying because the only reason I'm saying is because I said this to her the other day, face to face.
Go crazy.
Got to be choked.
Oh Lord.
So I was talking to my fiance. Thank you. I was talking to her, and I was affirming her with a few things. You know what I mean? So I was letting her know, like, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna switch up on you. I'm not gonna turn my back on you. I'm not gonna. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm not gonna just walk out on you. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's switching up. When you say, "Oh, you," and then you just act completely different. You hold on. Why are you acting? Why you treat me like that now? That's you flaw. If you with a female, you one way, and then you just switch up on her. Everything, your whole aura just turned off. That's not cool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a difference between switching up and evolving. Evolving is if you 36 in 3 years, you're gonna be 39. You should not be the same man at 39 that you was at 36.
Right.
You have to evolve.
Right.
You have to. Some things have to digress, and some things can get better.
Progress. Yep.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I mean, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
So question, bro.
Yeah.
Because I like how you said that, you're on your way to covenant, but it doesn't mean that you're in covenant.
Yeah.
So could it be the same similarity to the degree of how they say, even though you're in a relationship, even though you may be engaged, technically you're still single until you're actually married?
I don't believe in that.
Thank you.
I don't believe it. How are you single and you're attached to somebody?
Thank you.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
Thank
you
you.
know, and that it goes back. Everybody looks at dating a different way, but at the end of the day, you and your partner have to be on the same wavelength as far as what y'all consider dating. Because what I may consider dating, you may not consider dating, and then so now we have an entanglement.
That's why you have to get to know them.
You have to define the rules of the game.
Exactly.
Look,
You can't say I didn't know. You ain't try to know.
I'm gonna tell you.
You know what I'm saying?
What Pastor Murphy told me, and shouts out to Pastor Murphy. When after when after my first marriage, divorce is over, and shouts out to Pastor Antoine Davis too, and y'all guys too. A lot of men was crowding around me and giving me great things to say. I didn't going through that time. I didn't listen to no single people besides for you.
Yeah.
That's it. I couldn't hear none of that at the time. I need to hear some men who were like, "Yo, stay in the pocket." Pastor Murphy told me. He asked me. I was in counseling. He asked me. He said, "Are you ready to date?" And my lip with the movement, he was like, "No." He said, "Before you even get the answer,
Nope.
he said, no, you're not, right?" So,
Nope.
and then I said, "I'm gonna ask you a question," and then he said, "Ask me," and I had to stop being stubborn. As a man, sometimes, like, for you to go from boy to man and then hit them levels, you gotta stop being stubborn as a man. Like,
Right.
stop, get around an older guy and ask him. It don't matter how you look. You're gonna look real crazy and we gonna hit your next level. You know what I mean? I asked him. I say, "Look, I said my dad nor my stepdad never flat out told me or never like talked to me about this. I said, I'm gonna ask you a question. I said, I'm 30-something years old, Mr. Ash. He said, what's up? I said, what technically is dating? I said, because dating look like hook up, we cool for a little bit, we crack jokes together, and next thing you know,
you just hang out.
3 months later we smashing. That's dating, right? And then now, no, he said, no. He said, listen to me. He said, dating is nothing but exchanging and extracting information. He said, that's all that is. He said, check this out. He said, you're going in different settings with a person you never met, and you're extracting information around them in an environment that you two have never been around each other together. He said, so you're seeing how they interacting in the mall. You're seeing how they interacted with you in the movies. You're seeing how they interacted with you at the family barbecue. You're seeing how they interact with you when you at the park. He said you're extracting information and exchanging information with the person in different environments. He said that's dating. He said dating is not going to bed. Dating is not feeling on nothing. He said that's not dating. He said, well, I just told you that's dating, aka courting. You're exchanging information.
That's good.
And ever since then, ever since he told me that, I was very cautious. Check this out, bro. Because earlier you asked me, you said, hey Ellis, man, what's your love language? With your information. And you know what? And
Yo.
I said, yo. Look. Look. Faith will tell you all real. She said, bro. She said, you always in your feelings. She said, you be in your feelings. You know what I'm saying? You be in your feels, baby. You be in your feels. I'm like, she said, don't change it. I'm just saying. She said, you be in your feelings. I was like, all right, mama, all right, I understand. You know what I'm saying? All right, but check this out, though. Like, words of affirmation, like, talking, like, I want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that stuff go into a play. All that stuff plays the foundation. So, bro, I was very selective on who I extracted information from and what I gave to them.
Yes.
Before we even went anywhere, bro, when I was, before I met my fiance, I'm talking about throughout them 3-4 years when I was bro, I was very cautious on who I was talking to when it came to females. Very cautious. If I heard something, I would say stuff just so they can just spit their little guts out, and they'll be like, I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then from how they would, from what they would say and how they would say, and how and how they were living and things like that, I would be very cautious on what I told them about myself. You know what I'm saying? So I was very cautious on what I received and what I gave information. And when I connected with a female and it was flowing and it was easy and stuff like that, so okay, this is pretty cool. Cool. You know what I'm saying?
You feel like this is my speed. Like
this is my speed. When I felt like, okay, one of the reasons why I'm just saying this, and maybe to help somebody, you shouldn't be with somebody for a primary reason is they're good and bad. That's not a good reason to be with them. The reason why my fiance is my fiance, she's a woman, so she get attitudes and stuff like that. It's true. I get attitudes too. But I genuinely can say that she's my friend, bro. And not a lot of people can look at their partner and be like, that's my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can come tell her gruesome stuff and she don't look at me stupid. I can come tell her something about what I feel as a guy that may be lacking. She might give me her piece of whatever, but she don't try to fix me. She just listen to me. You know,
it's not, and that's where we get it wrong. We try to fix each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not our job to fix each other. It's our job to position each other and push each other to greatness, whatever that looks like.
Right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I get what you're saying on that, bro. That's why I'm patiently waiting, but at the same time I'm looking, because it's imperative, bro. We have to be on the same page. Stop playing hide and seek, girl. Stop playing. I'm looking for you now. But bro, because it's like I really like in my last relationship. I'm still learning even more and more. Just keep coming up. More just keep being revealed. It's just like, dog.
Yeah.
It's like
the old folk you say, keep living.
Yeah. And it's just like, bro, it's just like, wow. So you turn your position in. And that's like, you don't want to work this out? No.
Yeah.
All right. It's been revoked.
Yeah.
Next. Because I need my person who's supposed to be here. Don't be holding up my space for somebody from somebody else who's supposed to be here.
Yeah. And I think with us, I know with us and people like us that the position of God holds a high esteem, has the highest esteem in our life. It's like you people that do that, you get treated differently. And what I mean by you get treated differently,
right?
He allows certain things to come in and out of your life for reasons. And so when that situation happened, because purpose is so prevalent in your life, it couldn't stay. She couldn't stay. When you hold God and as the center point of your life, the highest point of your life, and everything that He wants for you, everything that He wants for people around you, when you hold that to a certain position or a level of esteem that is higher and greater than anything else, things that were not meant to stay in your life, they won't.
They can't. They can't.
The fakeness will get exposed.
You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
The grass is cut, there go the snakes.
Yeah, the fakeness.
Look at that slithering away. Look at that.
If you in a relationship, and one person is diving in their word and submitting themselves daily, and they're going as hard as they can, and you're not going as hard as you can, it's gonna be able to show how you deal with your partner.
Yeah, and it's gonna create a significant imbalance.
It's gonna be able to show you ain't gonna have no grace.
Nope.
You ain't gonna have no patience.
Nope.
You're gonna have
treat them a
grace.
certain way. You're
gonna have grace with the stuff that makes you comfortable. You're gonna have grace with comfort.
Wait. Say that again.
So
say that again.
When people don't dive in, when they don't die daily, and they're not really trying to submit themselves to the Lord, like, I mean, nobody perfect. I'm saying if you're not trying to read daily, if you're not praying daily, if you're not, if you just going, if you're not really doing it, let's just be for real. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to your mate, it's gonna be able to show, because the attributes of God is really gonna be shown to your partner. You're not gonna have no patience. That means the things you've been going through for the last 15 years with the same type of people, if something happens with a different person, it's one of the same things, now you want to cut them off. Now you want to cut her off. You should have been cut them off. You have no patience because God ain't breaking up the soil in your heart. Right?
Well, you said a mouthful right there.
You're not going to have no grace. So therefore, when stuff happen, man, she tripping, man. But hold on, bro, what did you do? What did you do?
Or what you didn't do?
You know what I'm saying? Like, give your girl some grace. Like, give your guy some grace. There's certain things that's going to be absent just because you're absent. It's certain things that comes from God.
God, dog, boy, you just can't. No, say that again.
Look. You're absent and you in God's relationship, so you're gonna be absent and you and your mate's relationship. Does that make sense? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Come on, Picasso.
You ain't treating God right, so of course you ain't gonna treat your mate right.
Yeah. Which everything stems from positioning, man. It's your heart posture, your where is it at? Where is it located? You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at it, goes back, like I always say, how you do anything is how you do everything, and that's why it circles around your life. Like, go ahead, bro. Like the way it does.
My bad. He told me to repeat it. You're gonna have grace with the things that cause you to be comfortable and keep you in bondage. When you don't work on your vertical, you would give grace to unnecessary stuff.
Yeah.
You let certain stuff slide that you need to cut off and dig up. That's what happens when you don't work on your vertical. But when there's this other person who's working on their vertical, you can't take
tell the
it.
difference from the switch up or the change. Yep.
You can't take it because you're not doing the same thing.
Well, they done threw a change up and you struck out.
Yeah. So when you don't work on your vertical, you give grace to the things that keep you complacent and hold you in bondage.
Yeah. And even though, like we said them out, but even like going to the next level in your life, right? Where have you allowed grace that where it should be though? Once again, it goes back to the rules of the game, bro.
Yeah, that's it.
Man, bro, that was bro. Like I said, I was always a fan of Kobe because of I mean, he was a very intelligent human being, you know, number one. And then number two, I mean, he was the best thing on the floor during his era. So I like to study greatness, and I consider him to be one of the greatest to do what he did. But then when I watched the interview and dude said he read the play, who reads the referee manual? Who does that?
You deep in the game,
bro.
Yeah.
You're reading the ref manual,
but you understand the position it will put you in.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
You see what I'm saying? So even in going to that next level, even if it's like in your business, in your career, right? How are you positioning yourself to get there? Because if you allowing grace to linger in places that you shouldn't allow it to happen, that could be a stumbling block from you reaching your next level. Check this out, bro. And I'm looking up because I want to make sure I got it right, because I hadn't really spoke on it in a while. But y'all know me, man. I deal with change and transformation. That's why I'm the shift motivator. So, I've been through a whole bunch of change and stuff. But when we talk about shift, we're looking for change. We already know that, whether it's in your life, your relationship, your business, your career, in your kids, how you live, how you move. Everybody's looking for a shift to go to the next level, whatever that looks like for them, right? But a shift doesn't happen until you do. So in order for a shift to happen, what is a shift? I have to understand the rules and the regulation of the game. So if I'm trying to shift forward, I can't stay in neutral.
Nope.
If I'm trying to shift forward, I can't stay in park.
Nope.
If I'm trying to shift forward, I can't go in reverse. What is the rules of the game? Okay, well, what is a shift? If I'm trying to transform or change my life, a shift is a change of position, place, or direction. So my stance on what I'm already standing on has gotten me to the place of where I am. So in order for me to go to the next level and where I am, that means I can no longer stand on what got me where I am. I got to stand on something different.
Exactly.
So if I'm going to shift in a position, place, or direction, here's the caveat. If I change in one of those, if I change of just one of those, this is me. This is what I say. I automatically shift in all three. Well, how does that happen, Mike?
God, dog, that means it's costly.
How does that happen, Mike? Okay, let me break it down for you, right? It's a shift, is a change of position, place, or direction. If I change my position, which is what we're talking about tonight, right? Whether it's a position of the heart, position of the mind, position of the attitude, position of how I behave, whatever that looks like for you, if I change my position, guess what happens? I change my direction. Which automatically leads me to another place.
Right.
So if I make a change in one, all three has to happen. I can't change my position and stay stuck in the same place. It's impossible.
Just stand on business.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's impossible. So if I'm coming into the relationship dogmatic, you should expect to get a dogmatic response. You're not gonna have peace in that situation because of how you handle that situation.
As we said, constant chaos.
Constant chaos. You see what I'm saying? So man, position it, man, it goes from your heart posture to your attitude to your actions. You cannot come into the situation expecting the situation not to change and not you to change in the process of the situation.
Because he truly has made us brand ambassadors of this position. So we got to wear that proudly. Bro. We got to do right by that.
Hold up, did you just realize what you just said?
I did.
You finna just skate by that. You know what an ambassador is, right? And I'm in a whole other country, but I'm a representation of the United States. But I'm in a whole other country, but I live by the rules of the United States in that particular area.
So if we down here, we should be representing heaven as much as possible. But here is the thing, and we not on here talking about be perfect. No, this not that type of convo. You know what I'm saying? Because we know ain't nobody gonna be perfect. No. But what we're saying is, if you are willing, man, look, like I said before, if you are paired with that person who you're supposed to be paired for, the reason why you can't be stubborn is because if you are stubborn in that new position, if you are stubborn with that new company, you don't want to learn new rules and regulations. You want to do things the old way. This is the new company. If you are stubborn with that new girl, that new female, whatever that you supposed to turn into, they are designed to take whatever trash that come out. Bro, do you know what I dislike the most about hospitals? Let me tell you what.
What?
They disrespect environmental service workers.
Wow.
You go to a school, the schools disrespect the janitors.
Right.
If you go to an apartment complex, the apartment complex, people who live there, they disrespect the people who work on stuff and fix the trash cans.
Maintenance.
You need maintenance people. The people who do maintenance and take out trash and clean up mess, those are the ones you need, that because guess what? That stuff is nasty. It's germy. It's stinky. Do you know why parents get mad at children? The first thing I remember when I said, I told my son, boy, I done cleaned up your dirty pamper. You gotta respect the person who wipe up your crap, bro. They need some type of respect. When they're in that nasty place nobody else want to see. Bro, know what I'm saying? When you with a female and you dealing with daddy issues and you dishing to your girl, she ain't do nothing wrong to you. But she helping you through your junk. She helping you when your cash low. She helping you dealing, when you dealing with a substance abuse. She helping you when you and your mom had a abusive relationship, you and your dad going through it.
Bruh.
That guy standing by your side when you dealing with your mama issues. When you have bad relationships and he's literally taking the rep for all the bad guys you've been with. You got attitudes and this and this and that. You have to respect those people who are there when you dishing out that trash, because you can't be stubborn with those people, because those are the people who are conditioned to be in the paint with you along your journey. We were not meant to do life alone.
That's right.
Do not be stubborn with the people in the places, in the organizations, in the connections who God have placed with you. Why are you blocking your help? That makes no sense.
Yeah, bro. That goes back to even the people in your life, the position that they hold in your life. You got to make sure you understand and know why they hold the position that they hold.
Exactly.
It ain't just plug and play.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying?
Far from that.
Because I remember, when I was early on in my career in the insurance industry, because it was such a hard industry, that basically they had this saying, but we'll hire anything that can fog a mirror.
No cap.
Well, if you're breathing, come on through. You know what I'm saying? Man, we had people come through the door, but they built the system. Because back then, when I got started, which the company that I worked for was one of the literally less than handful of companies, literally, that actually paid you a salary while you learned the position. and got the proper training and certifications and licenses to conduct business. So people would come in there knowing that they wasn't going to stay, but management would let them because they needed people. And we would get frustrated because your individual production is a reflection of the overall production. And so when you got somebody that's just taking up space just to take up space, it hinders the production of the whole team. So therefore, when you have people in your life out of position, it hinders the progress of the whole team. Because what was going on is they would just sit there.
Get out my head.
But they would just sit there and not produce for weeks on end because they knew the rule book, dog. They knew that you're going to keep me on for X amount of time. And so before X amount of time to get there to where you can actually reprimand me, I'm going to dip. Deuces. But by then, you done sucked the office dry. You done sucked the office morale dry. You done sucked the commission pool dry because nobody wanted to rightfully put them in their position because I'm just looking for somebody to follow. How many times you been in a relationship where you just didn't want to be by yourself? How many times you been in a relationship where you don't even know who you are and you keep wondering why the same person keeps showing up in your life? You mad at the person and not yourself because you ain't sat down with yourself to understand that you're dealing with data issues.
Yep.
I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Or you're dealing with something that looks like something that what you did. And so now you connected, now you created a soul or emotional tie because you're tied to the situation because you positioned it wrongly in your life.
And that's highway robbery. When you said that, bro, about milking the system,
seen it too many times, bro.
That hit. Because sometimes we view as how someone else milked the system for how it works for them. We try to bring it in this situation.
And it don't work.
It don't work.
It don't work.
So now you not only are you milking your team, leaving them bone dry, but you go outside of that and leave that empty.
Bro, let me see if I can pull it up. Keep talking. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up.
It's not gonna work. It's like you don't. If no, bro, you open up a whole can on that one. I think this is what I would love to say right here, especially to those that are married. The rules are to honor, to hold, to cherish, to death do you part, to always uphold your partner, to always make sure you're there for them, to be with them through the good days and the bad. Like, you understand the rules and regulations. You knew what you were signing up for. You both said you wanted this. Not the concept, not the idea, but you wanted the real thing. You wanted the covenant.
Yeah.
So just every now and then, if you got to, go back to the rules. See what the rules are, because sometimes we forget.
Yeah, sometimes we forget,
Yeah. Bro, when you said that, it took me back. I'm for to read this. Now, I'm just reading this for the sake of content, so I haven't done the homework to research it. It just hit my mind real quick, so I'm just going to read it. So when I was talking about how I mess up the whole everything because we haven't positioned things and people properly, right? Check this out. These are stats concerning books and reading. So check this out. 33%. This is a guy that I got connected with through social media. He's in the speaking, professional speaking, coaching industry. So very highly intelligent individual. We had some conversations here and there. So, but he posted this week, and I was like, and this is why we had the problem that we have in our schools with our kids. So, if positioning is a primary factor in how my life is derived, then you can see why the youth and the kids are where they are because we haven't positioned them because we haven't positioned ourselves. So check this out. This says surprising book fact. So 33% of high school graduates never read another book the rest of their lives. 42% of college graduates never read another book after college. Check this out. 57% of new books are not read to completion. 70% of U.S. adults have not been in a bookstore the last 5 years.
Oh.
80% ain't done. 80% of U.S. families did not buy or read a book last year. And then it ends up with it is the more a child reads, the likelier they are able to understand the emotions of others. So how we position things impacts everything.
It do.
And I figured that was because it just popped in my head, so I wanted to tie that in real quick because I'm a firm believer in that, because I'm a primary recipient of that, because my two daughters, had not we pushed them to read, they wouldn't read. But now that they're adults, guess what they do? Read and research. Why? Because we position that as a primary factor in our life for success. I do not want to do anything and not do it at the highest ability or the highest fashion in which I can. So hence back from going back to Kobe, that was his characteristic, to perform everything. The man spoke what, 7 languages? Highly educated, highly performed athlete. You listen to him. That he tell I wanted to be the best at everything. So when we are not operating by the best, we are not allowing our environment to be positioned at its best to help us perform at our best. Because guess what? The earth and the world has resources that are assigned to you. However, if you don't position yourself for the assignment, you miss the assignment.
Yeah.
And then guess what? It impacts, and the reason I read that because it impacts everything around you. It impacts your kids. It impacts your spouse. It impacts how you make business decisions. It impacts how you move. It impacts everything about your life. And everything, and one thing that I think we can all say is a common denominator, whether we work towards it or not, everybody wants success. The homeless person didn't dream to be homeless.
Nope.
There's a series of situations that led them to be homeless. The drunk didn't want to be a drunk. There are a series of situations that led him or her to be a drunk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So man, and I got to say this down because we become, right? We become what we believe. So regardless of where your faith is, you become what you believe. So if you don't believe development is necessary, guess what? You won't do it. If you don't believe you learning financial literacy is not a primary factor in you being successful, guess what? You're not going to do it. You're not going to seek out the knowledge to be better and learn how to invest. You know what I'm saying? So it is everything is about position. Even your mindset, how you think about stuff, how you perceive stuff, it's all about positioning.
It is.
Half the stuff that we think, bros, that don't matter, it actually do matter. Half the stuff that we think don't matter, it actually do matter. I was listening to Grant Cardone. I actually missed it. He has the 10X conference that he do every year. So this year they're doing online. You can actually be a part of the conference online, and there's no fee. And so when I was checking my emails this morning, I was like, oh shoot. So while I was working, I actually just had it playing. And Ray Lewis was one of the speakers. And so he talked about his oldest son that that died from overdose. So, and I'm like, what position this young man? Because here's the thing, when you position yourself, like we said, and like I've stated before, and I'm gonna say it again, you position others. Don't know nothing about Ray Lewis, just know of his story. But when he began to talk about his oldest son, he began to say, this is just something I know I will never get over, of losing my oldest son. And my mind automatically went to, what was this young man going through to position himself to even take drugs? When your dad is one of the best to ever play the game at his position, and the success that he's had, in the position that you're in because of what he positioned himself for his family. What took place in your life for you to position yourself to do drugs and take yourself out? These are the questions we got to ask ourselves, man.
We do.
What, you know what I'm saying? You gotta, what has positioned me to turn to the bottle? That I have to come home from work every day and crack the bottle or the can open and end up being inebriated by the nightfall. What has positioned? What is it? You know what I'm saying? What is positioned in my life that this is how I respond to life when it gets hard? That I'm gonna go sniff it away. You know what I'm saying? This is the thing. We gotta pull the cup. We talk about this, man, and it's disheartening. You know what I'm saying? It's to hear and to see stories like this every single day.
Bruh. That's why it's so important with your circle. If you're not around people who understand and know their position, then you're gonna position something different. Meaning you're gonna position that very thing that is power, whether it's drugs, whether it's the very thing or whatever vice you have, that's gonna be your power position. So that's why it's important to allow the person who knows their power position in the right manner, the right tone, the right way, to repo whatever that is you're positioning and allowing power to oversee and overtake you. Because the wrong thing can be positioned and the wrong thing can have power.
And you receive the wrong outcome. Yeah. So, you got anything else, bro? I know you got something. You got that?
Yeah, really, I'm just
This is powerful tonight, man.
Yeah, I'm just soaking up this the conversation that we had because I think everybody has been in a position that they didn't want to be in, and have moved past that point. And and I think everyone has been stubborn before. I'm not talking like I'm not stubborn. Like
Right.
I'm just saying like it has to get to a point of time of your life to where you have to be like, is this really worth it? Like, like how long this can't be what this is for. Like I know there's women out there who guys really put them through the ringer. And I know at the end of the day, she be like, I know that he not with me for this. And I know what's guys like every little thing gets an argument or something going on. But I know dudes be like, I know this ain't what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's understandable. But on the other hand, we gotta stop being stubborn. We gotta stop being stubborn. Like we gotta get out of our way sometime and let God do what we need to do. So, because once we get out the way, now we can get in position. I was thinking about when you talking about your mom, bro. Me and my dad had things we needed to talk about. For real. Like on some man to man. Ain't no father to son junk. On some, we finna talk as men real quick. I'm respectfully, I'm gonna talk to you. But we didn't have a little chat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
one of them chats, yeah.
Yeah, you feel me? But when he got really sick and started to get terminally ill, that stuff go to the side. I don't care about that chat no more. Let me stop being stubborn. And let me, before I can even start to be stubborn. Because stubbornness don't just happen. You can't control it. It's like a gas stove, bro. You can turn the flame up or you can turn it off. You can control the flame on that joint. That's why God said he chose. It's a choice, bro. It's a choice. So I just chose to put that to the side and to show my man, yo, I'm your son. I love you.
Right.
And then, and when he left the earth, we left the earth. We left our relationship. Because now it's a different relationship. He's still my father. He's just not alive. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when he left, the relationship left at the best place it possibly can be. If you got somebody in your life, if you got somebody in your corner, and you know y'all going through it on some petty junk, I'm gonna say the word petty. If it's petty, let that junk go. Let that junk go, because you never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. My grandma used to tell my stepmom all the time. She said, "You never know how you're gonna wake up in the morning."
Right.
That part.
Right.
Like, stop stiff arming your help. You know what I'm saying? We don't wrestle with flesh and blood. If you got somebody who paired with you, they there for a reason. Stop being petty. Stop being stubborn. So you can get placed in position, so they can remain in their position, and so y'all as a unit can be placed in a position.
Yeah.
Straight like that.
That's all I gotta say, bro.
That's good. That's good.
It's really good.
That's good, man. Yeah. Close it out on that note, then. Yeah, man. This was another one for the books, man. Once again, we appreciate y'all for rocking with us, man.
And I was trying to be quiet.
Whatever, man. Don't believe nothing. Don't believe this guy right here, man. He always say that. That's why I call him a philosopher, because he bring it home, man. You know how to break it down. Yes, sir.
I'm trying to be quiet.
Yeah, we've been rocking for a minute, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been rocking for a minute, man. So,
Facts.
well, man, we gonna close it out, man. We gonna get out y'all house, man. Hopefully we said something to help transform your position in life in the direction in which you want to go, whether it's in your relationship, in your marriage, your business partnership, how you handle things with your kids, man, your school, whatever it may be, man. We hopefully we been able to help shift some things and transform your perspective in life and how to go about getting what you want out of life and what God has purposed you for. So which is the most important thing. So y'all know how we do, man, how we end things up out of this joint. So shoot for the top, because the bottom is way too crowded. And if you think different and be different, you have the opportunity to live different. And once again, we'll see you on the other side of success. See you next week. Peace.